vibe is good. The weather is good. At least for
crossed.
England it is. And everything's great. I mean, I'm walking around here. I'm so happy. Everybody seems to be very is it bad when you're like really in metal band you're supposed to walk
I'm not just saying this, but I have to say that in 6 years of coming to Donington, to me, this is one of the nicest, most
great,
friendly atmospheres I've encountered. It's great, isn't it?
It all starts with us.
It does. Now, it's always that everybody's always like in their own head putting together their ideal Metallica, their ideal, stop, you're putting me off, their ideal Donington bill. Now, you actually had the chance to make your own kind of dream come true, right? So how did you go about picking the band?
We've looked in our record collection. Let's see, what's my favorite record at the moment? It's COC. What was my favorite record last week? It was Warrior Soul. I mean, you got a bunch of friends in bands, you got a bunch of bands that you like hanging with, you got a bunch of albums that you like listening to, and it's great. 8 weeks ago when they came to us and said, you guys want to do this? We said, sure we will if we can make sure that, like we put the bill together and have something that we feel strong about and that everybody else out there feels strong about, and then we just went to work.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm looking at this bill going, this is like the strongest bill that there's ever been up here. We were really persistent about having as many bands on there as possible, and it's a great day. Even the guy in Slayer was smiling earlier. That's how good of a day it is, all right?
Well, you've got a great taste in music. It's a fine bill that represents the best of what's going on in rock music at the moment. Now, I know that you're in the studio recording your next album, and when you're in the studio, it's kind of, you have to be very kind of focused. It's quite intense. What was your motivation to actually just like break out of the studio, literally? Was it a challenge?
It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I thought we could just sort of, go from one day recording into rehearsals the next day and come and do this. We were in the studio literally till last week,
right.
and trying to rehearse every day and get our chops together for this and so on just wasn't as easy as I thought. But we've managed it. We can kind of remember Enter Sandman and Sad But True and whatnot, and you'll see in a couple hours when we head up there. But we got to get straight back. We got to go play this gig up in Canada next week with some of those other bands, Hole and Baruch Assault, and then we'll go right back in the studio in a week and a half and continue.